Greetings, dear viewers. My name is Shirin, and I'm happy to welcome you on AllatRa TV International. Today, together with Khalid as a co-host, we are continuing our series of broadcasts in the format of International Roundtable dedicated to the conference Creative Society, What the Prophets Dream of. Visit our website, AllatRaunite.com, to watch a conference on the convenient language. Also, on the website, AllatRaunite.com, you can find more information and join the Creative Society project.
I'm glad to co-host today at this roundtable. Today our theme is the value of the truth which was brought to us by prophets. This topic was raised by many speakers at the conference, and we want to speak about it today with our guests. Shirin, I request you to please introduce our esteemed speakers today.
Thank you, Khalid. Today, roundtable is international as always, which means that we have speakers from different countries. I am pleased to introduce our distinguished guest, Dr. Deepali Pulikar from India, Andrei Sivkov, United Arab Emirates.
Yes, hello everyone.
Thank you. Mahdi Hassan Rakib, Bangladesh.
Hello everyone. Hi.
Mirsi Huten, Belgium.
Hello everyone.
Vivek Atrey, India.
Hello everyone, I'm very glad to be here.
Thank you for being with us.
Thank you, Shirin. As we can see, we are joined by guests from across the world, but they are all united by the same goal, living in the creative society. To further our objective, I would love to show you a video about the amazing conference Creative Society, What the Prophets Dreamed of. This conference was simultaneously translated in 48 languages, a feat that was never achieved in the past. This unprecedented conference became a possibility because we live in such times where we all can come together to make it possible. So let's watch this video together in unity and solidarity.
For the first time in history, people from more than 180 countries united to voice what had been hidden for thousands of years. It has become a global scale event. On March 20th, 2021, at the International Online Conference, Creative Society, What the Prophets Dreamed of, people started talking about why there is a distortion of one truth, and how this has affected each individual and the course of history as a whole. People of different nationalities and faiths have united and organized this great event. What has motivated the participants to interpret the conference into more than 45 languages? What are people capable of when they are united by a common creative idea?
Dear guest, as you could see through the video, this was for the first time in history People from more than 180 countries united and voiced what had been hidden for 6,000 years. People started telling the truth and separate the truth from lie. Only we, the people, by uniting, can bring to life a creative society, a society which the prophet dreamed of throughout time.
Thank you, Shirin. To start our roundtable today, I would like to address our first speaker, Andrei Sivko, a private investor from the UAE. Andrei, what is the value of the knowledge brought by the prophets into our world, to your mind?
Hello everyone. I'm very pleased to be the first speaker and on this international level conference or like roundtable when we are discussing important topics and actually the value of the knowledge, like what we've heard from the 20th of March. The value of knowledge is simple, like what was brought by prophets. It's a simple truth that God is only one. Actually, it's united for everyone. And actually, to reach the God, you don't need some people who will help you to do it in a proper way. And I mean, definitely you need guidance from the prophets or who can show you the road, but in order to reach the destination you need to walk by yourself. So it means only working by yourself, like on doing some spiritual practices and like trying to someone is praying, someone is meditating, someone is doing some other exercises, and they can reach the God, they can reach the higher destination, I would say. And that's the main message from the prophets. You don't need someone who will be saying like follow only these rules and these regulations, and in that case we will give you the best guidance. No, everyone can reach it, and the unity is in us. And it's the main message. And definitely prophets, they were telling that we as a society, we as a people, we as a human living on this earth, we all need to be united. In that case we will reach another level, and only uniting, like we can reach much more rather than doing it by our own. So I believe that's a main value of the message which were brought by prophets. And this message was very simple. And today it was idea to discuss religions. We are not touching it, this topic, because it may be very sensitive. Like, especially I'm living in a country in UAE where many nationalities and high level of tolerance. I'm very pleased to say that like in UAE, so many different like nationalities living together. And it's a great example how like creative society, when people respect each other, like everyone can have their own belief, their own tradition. It's good. That's how like we are different as a human, like as a culture, but all we are united because we are living together and we are going to one direction. We are going to one God. We will reach this destination if we will be uniting, helping each other. And I'm sure that prophets, they were dreaming of this, and their message was this: be united and like do your own job. Definitely only you can do it, but be united and help others, and you will reach your destination. Thank you.
Thank you for your answer, Andrei. I agree with you. We don't need any mediators between us and God. And that's amazing that nowadays we have all the instruments to build a world our prophet dream of. We have the truth. We have a wish to build a new beautiful world. And we have 8 foundations of the creative society, bases which really were wanted by our prophets to be implemented in our society. Let's watch a video about it.
In such an important video discussion in this wonderful project. I would like the 8 foundations of the creative society to form the basis of all the constitutions of the world's countries. This will be just the first step to unite all people. Let's imagine a situation where all the constitutions have the 8 foundations of the creative society in their basis. Then they won't be able to wage wars among themselves and incite conflicts. I see the 8 foundations at the heart of all constitutions in general. This will be the best step towards peace. The first thing we should do is not to be silent. We should talk about it. Because today it is very easy to spread information. In 5 minutes, the whole world may know about some information. Today is not the Stone Age, not the Middle Ages. Today is the 21st century. So it is very easy to take the information and spread it. Even the most remote person who has social networks, he can simply spread information. And in this regard, everyone can contribute to the dissemination of this project and information about this project. I can't imagine what kind of person can have anything against this wonderful idea, regardless of his nationality, religion, or belonging to some ethnic group. So I don't see a problem. This is an exceptionally peaceful idea that any person longs for. In fact, any person is tuned in to peace and creation. We just have to create conditions for a person to prosper. Such a condition is precisely the creative society, where science, literature, the cognitive part, and natural sciences will develop. Everything will develop. Even if we take sports, a person will rise to new levels of development. He will conquer unprecedented heights. All the prophets, great teachers who came, created a mini model of the creative society. If we get to know these traditions and literature well, we will not see anything else. And no matter what religion it is, the same thing was happening everywhere. In the name of love and love for God, first of all, what the prophets taught is to respect each other. People were building such a creative society. For example, the circle of disciples of our Savior was exactly this creative society. But he came so that it wouldn't remain only in the circle. It should find its development. But today, if we have such an opportunity to develop it in such a global era, global digital technologies, why refuse it? I don't understand. We need to use this, and we have such a chance today.
As Sulhan Divaji, journalist from Georgia, said in the video that it is very important that all states implement the 8 foundations of creative society into their constitutions. This will be the best step towards peace. And now I'd like to address Dr. Deepali, Associate Professor, Human Resource, San Francisco Institute of Management and Research, CEO, great consultant from India. Dr. Deepali, could you please share your thought about this video? And we will all have just seen.
Sure, Shireen. Thank you so much. Namaste from me to all the viewers, to all the listeners. And thank you for inviting me for this wonderful international roundtable conference. I think the wisdom that we'll harvest today, I'll take back as a self-introspection for myself as well. So to begin with, let me begin with a small Sanskrit shloka, which talks about Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu. That means, let all human beings be happy and free, and let all my thoughts and my words and actions contribute to everybody's happiness, which is really, really required today. Gratitude for the invite for this wonderful conference again, and grateful to be amongst the wisdom learners amongst my speakers to congratulate on. A lot of globe trotting that I've done on a quest to understand, are we really human beings? Are we looking forward for the growth of each other? Are we believing in the paradigm of collaboration or independent? This is a time probably now to script and understand the language of humanity beyond religion. I feel personally Creative Society has laid down the 8 foundations which talks about human freedom, human value, equality, justice, transparency. I think these are very nicely endorsed by our speaker whose video we saw a few minutes back. And I think the foundation has crafted the fabric for being human, to thrive and survive in the competitive world today. Truly here, I see a Vasudeva Kutumbakam scenario wherein the entire world is a global village, my world. So focusing on us as human beings with focus on respect, recognition, and refilling the vigor of value, highlighting the need of anavikshiki, a Sanskrit word which is known as self-awareness. Understanding, making us understand through these values and through these principles, the difference between educated literate and educated illiterate. So let's focus as a choice is given to us. What is it that makes us human? Okay, by choosing these 8 foundations of creative society, I think we will give a better global world to the generation today and generation tomorrow. So let's look at the divinity in everyone. When we say work is worship, let's worship Mother Nature and let's worship all the 4 P's, that is people, planet, profitability, including human beings. So arise, awake for good, corporate, cooperative, and collaborative coexistence. What Creative Foundation has laid down for us is we don't need to explore good people. We need to be good ourselves, and people will explore us for the foundations. What I believe is strength grows when we dare, unity grows when we pair, love grows when we care, and relationship grows when we care. To define our values, we have the choice, the power to choose. So let's respect each other as humans. Let's respect the freedom that we have got today, and let's choose our values to be creative. As way forward, we will require this as a baseline, because I come from India, not anymore a land of snake charmers. It is a land of opportunities, a horizon which talks about humanity. And these 8 foundations are endorsed by all the saints of India and the great warrior Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj Bhosle of 16th century. We he actually endorsed all these values and principles and built Swaraj. His seal for his entire Swaraj was welfare of mankind and human being. So I guess we are at the right place, and congratulations to Creatieve Foundation for doing a wonderful, wonderful job of laying the foundation, the plinth of humanity. Thank you very much once again. Thank you.
Can my video be enabled, please? There was slight disturbance. So thank you, Dr. Can just my video be? Thank you. Thanks a lot, Dr. Dipali, for this wonderful speech, where you enumerated how basically India has been a land which has been promoting the 8 aspects fundamental.
Yes.
Mahdi Nisan, floor is yours.
Hello. Yeah.
Sorry, it's poor connection a little bit.
So we would like to invite our next speaker, Mehdi Hassan Rakib, student of applied mathematics.
Hello, thank you everyone. I am very much glad to meet. This is such important, such necessary international roundtable for our last global conference for the profit dreamed of. And I think Creative Society is the only thing that this time we have to do it, because if you see the 8 foundation of Creative Society, I think this is the most important, and this inspired me a lot. And that's why I am joining this incredible Creative Society. And why we need to build Creative Society? Because it's the high time to build such society what the prophets always dreamed of. And if we look around the whole world, what are happening in the whole world right now? It's not the that type of thing that all prophets always talked about. And that's why we have to build Creative Society. And if you look what's happening in the whole world right now, even in the holy place, the bloodshed is continued. And if you look at the Jerusalem, it's not happening. It's happening, and the occupation is goes on, and forceful eviction is continued, and the illegal settlement is going on. And it's not the dream of all prophets, because violation, harassment, and all kind of occupation is just a crime against humanity. And all prophets are talked about the all human goals, and Creative Society is looking forward that. And what is the 8 foundation of Creative Society? First, a foundation of creative society is human life, and then it's human freedom, then it's human safety. So all things belong on the humanity, and everybody we are trying to build a society. That's a foundation is the constitution of that. And I think it's important, and it is high time to build creative society. And I think what is the most and worst humanitarian catastrophe that's happening in the whole world right now, and what's the solution of to stop war? There's the most catastrophe is happening on. So if you don't build creative society, there's no solution of war, I think, because I already talked our few participants who are living in those countries that are under war, and they're always talking about the situation of those countries is under control, and it's unbelievable and it's unthinkable. We can't imagine that how worse their situation is now. And they always think that maybe one bomb if they come to their home and they instantly get there, and it's so heartbreaking. So it's high time to build creative society, and creative society is the only solution that I always believe to stop all war. And if we see that our other foundations that are all belong to the self-governing society, we see that in many countries people are protesting, and if protesting is not solution, we always build in such society there's the solution of evolution. So I always believe we have to build creative society to solve all kinds of problems that we are suffering for so long time. So why we not build creative society? Because creative society is the only solution of all problems. Like if we talk about war, if we talk about social discrimination, if we talk about the corruption, if we talk about the government system, protesting or violation or other kind of things that's happening for so long time is not the solution. I believe that creative society is the solution, because maybe you don't know about creative society, but if you look at the foundation of creative society, you must be believing to build creative society, because creative society is the only solution that we are looking for so long time, that always all prophets talk about, all prophets bequeathed. So thank you. It's my great pleasure to build to part of building creative society, and thank you all.
Thank you, Mahdi Hassan. Thank you for so inspiring answer and your speech. And let's ask our next speaker her thought on this topic. Mirsi Houten, founder of Talents PR consultancy from Belgium. Dear Mir, what do you think about the implementation of 8 foundations in the consultation of all nations?
I think it's a wonderful idea, and thank you for having me. I think the 8 foundations are very important. The creative society will be built on very important principles. There are 8 pillars. The first pillar is human life. That's most important, of course. The second pillar is human freedom. The third pillar is human safety. The fourth pillar is transparency and openness of information for all. The creative ideology is the 5th one. The 6th foundation is the development of personality. The 7th one is justice and equality. And the 8th one is self-governing society. I think we are all one. We are all love. Our souls are all drops in the ocean. So if you make a wave on one side, you will feel it on the other side. I think we should make a wave of love around the world every day to help the plants, the animals, the humans. And human life, of course, is the most important one. I think abortion should be abolished everywhere. We are all equal, and we should help the weak and empower them where we can. Every life is valuable. Then the second pillar, human freedom, is also very important. I like the words the United Nations use. Do not unto others what you don't want them to do unto you. Because actually, if you hurt someone else, you hurt yourself. It's karma. Everybody should be able to freely express their opinion, and censorship should be abolished everywhere. Then the third pillar, human safety. Everybody should be safe and not be tracked. Love should prevail. Hate will disappear then. The fourth principle, transparency and openness of information for all. I think the creative society, the new world, should be based on this. Everybody should be held accountable for her or his actions in a fair and ecological way. Information about anything should be available for all, but children should be protected from certain information until they are old enough. Then the fifth foundation of the creative society, the creative ideology. Everybody has the right to education in the pace that suits that person best. Everybody should have enough time and resources to make music and paintings, for example, or learn how to make them. Then the sixth foundation, the pillar of the United Society, development of personality. Everybody should be able to follow a meditation course, walk in the forest every day, pray, or do anything they like to develop their personality. The seventh one, justice and equality. Justice should be done. Criminals who hurt children should be forced to be of service to children for a while, so they will discover what great teachers children are. And the last one, the pillar 8, self-governing society. We are our own bosses. We are deciding what happens to our body. We are totally capable of governing ourselves if we all act out of love only. Trust and love are the main tools for a self-governing society. Thank you very much for having me.
Thank you so much, Mir. For your answer. It's really, we need 8 foundations to build a good peace for all humanity. And let me introduce our next speaker, Vivek Atray, former IAS officer, author, and motivational speaker from India. Vivek, some question, what do you think of the implementation of 8 foundations in the constitutions of all countries?
Yes, thank you very much, Shireen, for your question and welcome. It's a pleasure for me to be part of Creative Society Roundtable today. And my fellow speakers have spoken very beautifully on the subjects. About the 8 pillars of the Creative Society, already spoken so beautifully by Dipali and Miriam especially, and others. I would like to focus on 2 points which are, I think, very important for us to include in the constitutions and perhaps the ideologies of all the countries. That is the creative ideology, which is number 5 in the list of 8 which were read out. The creative ideology is missing from the education system of many countries, and it is rote learning which is given precedence. So what happens is that children are taught to cram, especially in third world countries, in Asian countries, even in India, where a lot of changes are taking place. We are still to bring out the creativity of the youth. If they are encouraged to be creative, if they have a creative ideology, then their best personalities will come out, which is the next goal, which is number 6, the pillar of development of personality. So if we look at these 2 together, then creativity becomes the best passion of the youth. They look forward to creative deeds, they look forward to creating new ideals, they look forward to innovation, and creative people are happier people. And as a motivational speaker and thinker and writer, I firmly believe that happiness is the goal of life. The goal of life is not success. Happiness, balance, calmness, love, these are the key words of life. And I firmly believe that creativity propels us towards these. Anybody who has a creative outlet, creative acumen, creative pursuits, creative ways of working and thinking will live a beautiful life. I think creativity should be encouraged among the youth, especially because in centuries gone by, we became too rigid with our education system. We became too rigid with our rules and regulations. So people should be allowed to flower. They should be able to flower just like flowers are different. Their colors are different. Their shapes and sizes are different. You see, insects and birds, they have no rules. They just flower. But human beings, if they are regimented into one kind of regimentation or rule, that is not correct. So we should have creativity. We should have independent thinking. We should have freedom of thought. We should have development of personalities which are diverse, which are unique, which are full of love and abundance and balance. And also, I firmly believe that a human being is a conglomerate of body, mind, and soul. So the soul has to be given an opportunity to emerge, to flower, to flourish, to bloom. And if we can do that, then only we will form a society worldwide which is just, which is equal, which is independent. The basics are taken care of and people are flowering creatively all over. It will become a beautiful world full of happiness, equality, and balance. That is the key. These are my thoughts. Over to you. Thank you.
Thank you, Vivek, for answering and sharing your understanding about that questions. We are now coming to the end of this round table. So I would like to thank very much all of our speakers. And my last question to all of you. What was the most interesting for you in this conference, Creative Society? What the prophets dream of? Dr. Dipali, could you start, please? What do you think about that?
The dream is a reality, Shireen, in one sentence. We endorse this fully. I think India has endorsed and executed all the foundations that you have laid down for Creative Society. A land of culture, a land of saint learnings and wisdom harvesting. I think together we can make a better, best world for generation of today and tomorrow. Yes, we will all. Thank you.
Thanks a lot, Dr. Dipali, for this heartwarming impression. Mirjam, may I address the same question to you? What was the most exciting for you in this conference?
I think it's so great that you brought people from all religions together, religious leaders, people from all color, all sizes. And I especially like the speech of Sasha Stone. And I think we should all just work together to make this a great place for our children and the children of our neighbors. Thank you.
Thank you, Mirjam. Mehdi Hassan, please could you share your opinion with us? What did you find the most interesting in this event?
Please say again. I just lost the question.
Just please, could you tell a little bit slowly because our translator is supposed to follow you, okay? A little bit slowly. Thank you.
I can't clear the question. Please say it again. It will be fine. Question. I like to ask host, please ask me question one more time.
Sure. So the question is, what part of what was the most interesting that you find in the conference?
Yeah, what's the most important thing? Yeah.
Yeah,
I think the most important things is that we are all united in under one goal, that's humanity, and we focus on about the profits dreamed, because what's the right things? The right things is about profits dreamed, because if we look in different religion, we are just some change through in different religion, but always profit streams are true, and we have to focus on profit stream. We know that in different times a lot of profits is coming, but their message is always same. We have to be united, we have to be living in peacefully, and no violation, no harassment, no corruption, and no occupation will be remain in our society, in our world, and we have to implement these types of things. And I always believe that this conference will be helpful for us to spreading the profits dream and to build a society that society always profit to implement that.
Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot, Mehdi Hassan. Dear Vivek, I'd like to address you next. What was the most thrilling for you in this conference?
Thank you very much for the question. I think it was a very thrilling conference. All the speakers were superb. Our ideas are different, but our goal is united. I think creativity, humanity, love, progress, development, balance, calmness, these are some of the key words that I can think of that come out of this conference. I think everybody was united in their thought that the world needs to unite under one thought. And this creative society is doing a great deal towards this purpose. That is why I am always happy to be a speaker and to be involved with this roundtable. It's extremely thrilling to be a part of such a distinguished panel. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Vivek. And finally, Andrew, please share your thoughts about this outstanding event, conference, Creative Society, what the prophets dream of.
Yes, in addition to what was said by previous speakers, I fully agree that I was excited to see so many people from different companies, like different countries, different cultures, different religions, and they were talking about the same. Actually, like as we started today, today's roundtable about the value of the knowledge. And the main value of the knowledge, when it's a true knowledge, it's not something which is hidden under some, like by some people, yeah. But real, true knowledge. It was shared with us. It was 8-hour session, and actually, it makes sense to listen it several times, because you will find in this. Like this event, you will find something from Bible, you will find something from Quran, something from Torah, like from other religions, from what was written, what was studied by like thousands of years by millions of people. And there is a truth which is between all people. And the truth is, like, God is one, we are all have to be united. In that case, we will go to another level. And that's the main, I believe, that's the main excitement which came to my mind. And when you're realizing that it has been done just by volunteers, like all of us, we are volunteers, and we are doing it free of like in our free time. We dedicated our time. My family is waiting for me for another couple of hours while I'm participating here, but they are supporting it, and because everyone understands. And even today, what I heard, all of us, we are talking about the same. We have soul. We want to to grow spiritually. We want to be creative, and we want to be united. Doesn't matter from which country you are. We want to live in a peace, and we want to be happy. That's the main purpose. While we are here, why we living on this earth, in this life. That's only life we have, and we definitely need to use it wisely. So bringing happiness, to our life and people around us. So, that's my thought. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Andre. Thank you all, dear speakers, for your time and taking active action to build creative society. Thank you, Shirin, for your beautiful part in our hosting today. I want to stress that this roundtable is an initiative of people to talk about this significant event, worldwide conference, what the prophets dreamed of. Dear viewers, if you haven't watched the conference, you can find it in your language on the website AllatRaUnites.com. If you have already watched it, please share your comments with us. You can record your insights on video to share with others on social media. What was it about and what interested you the most? You can also write down your comments, your thoughts, and the questions you want us to raise on the following roundtables. And you're welcome to organize your own roundtables in your cities. For any questions, you can always have info@AllatRaUnites.com.
Shirin, you might meet you and our dear speakers today. Dear friends, thank you everybody who watched us today or will be watched later on. And we are also pleased to announce our next conference, which will be held on May 22nd, 2021. The theme of which is Life After Death. Fiction and facts. Everyone is invited to participate in preparation for this upcoming event. Let's find out together the answer to the question which comes to everybody at one point. What happens after death? Dear speakers, dear viewers, let's meet on the next round table. And now, let's watch the trailer of the next conference. Stay with us. Thank you so much.
There is a question that every person asks themselves. We address science and religion to find the answer to it. Already, for 6,000 years, we have been trying to find out. Is there life after death? For the first time in history, scientists, physicians, clergymen, and eyewitnesses will seek the answer all together. Does reincarnation exist? Fear of death, what is its nature? How do we, alive people, know what death is? Who benefits from hiding facts about a person's after-death fate? Human consciousness is outside the body. The prophets knew the truth about the afterlife fate of humans. What does science say? Is the state of heaven and hell explained by physics? What are we here for? Answers to the most important questions for every person. May 22nd, 2021, International Online Conference. Life After Death. Fiction and Facts.